Question number 3. We are going into a very difficult budgetary times. Would you please prioritize what would you cut?
First off, we need to realize that things are not going to get better for a while, that some very tough budget questions are on the horizon. However, thanks to long-term planning done over the past 10 or so years, Delaware County's government is in better shape than other locations. For example, Curry County, which is in a devastating financial crisis right now. Clearly, public safety must remain #1 priority. I understand the budgeting process. I know who the key players are, and I have a strong working relationship with them. Working together, we can find the solutions. The key is to make sure every taxpayer dollar is spent wisely. We have done that with the consolidation of resources, such as in the engineering departments that the county and city now share. I will continue to stress that taxpayers' dollars are something that must be treated with total respect. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Here's some water for you folks. Take care of your soon-to-be parched throats. Number 4. Pardon? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Keep me on track here. Donna, you're going to be doing number 3, and then we'll go to Roger. The question again is, we're going into very difficult budgetary times. What would you prioritize, and what would you cut?
Well, my own experience leads me to believe that democracy and the democratic process is dying a lingering, painful, expensive death. I think our forefathers would turn in their graves if they were to witness what we have become. Do you realize that government in this county is one of the biggest employers? Since we have to, or saying we have to reduce government is the easy part. Doing it is the hard part. Now, some of the agencies I think that have become too powerful, again, are Fish and Game, California Coastal Commission, Health and Human Resources, and Del Norte Solid Waste was on its way to becoming too big for its britches. So I would look at Health and Human Resources first. One of the questions that the SEIU union asked me is, how could we reduce caseworkers' load? And the first logical answer is to hire more caseworkers, but then we come up against the budget. We don't have the budget to hire more caseworkers. So I would say to you, should we entertain drug and alcohol testing for those who are on government benefits? If they fail, get them off. That would reduce caseworkers' loads and perhaps reduce the number of caseworkers. However, I wouldn't want to penalize those with legitimate 215 cards, because before I came here, I thought medical marijuana was evil, bad, illegal. And then I came here, and when I was walking around campaigning, Joey Sanchez said, "Did you smell that?" I'm going, "Smell what?" All right, totally ignorant. I now know what marijuana looks like. I know what it smells like. And I have seen people helped by it. So I've completely changed my opinion. Anyways, we have to revamp the laws. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Roger, question number 3.
All right,
We're going into very difficult budgetary times. And what would you prioritize, and what would you cut?
I didn't mean to step on your, and my
I've
apologies.
done it to you again.
First of all, I want to recognize the Del Norte County Board of Supervisors has already made significant cuts to its budget, and it's not pretty. And there are going to be more cuts to come. No one is talking about the 800-pound gorilla in the room, the reduction in property tax revenues that is on the horizon. You're all entitled to it. It's Prop 51. What will I do? Well, personally, I own properties here in town. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to exacerbate an already bad situation, even though I'm legally entitled to do that. And I'm going to encourage every supervisor and every government employee not to apply for that reduction, because it will hurt Del Norte County. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. The next thing I'm doing, when I'm on the Board of Supervisors on day 1, I'm going to introduce a motion to reduce the supervisor's salary by 10% for 1 year. And that's renewable. We don't need to be making all this money while other people are suffering. Human impact reductions are my last choice of reducing the budgetary crisis. And cuts through attrition and retirement would be my first priority. Now, what are my priorities? Private sector job growth, attracting more government, more non-government, more government. I'm looking for private enterprise to come up here, and we need to invest in private employers coming up here. Law enforcement personnel is essential. I would support the maintenance and, in fact, the expansion of additional on-street personnel to repel the scourge of drug crime that plagues our community. Child health and human services is also very important to me. As a teacher, I recognize that our children cannot fall through the cracks. And of course, you can't get anywhere in Del Norte County unless you've got good roads. So roads maintenance is where I'm at on that. Those are my 4 priorities. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger.